Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overtime Series. This is episode 9. Basically what we got going on is youth season has started. Um, we got guys out hunting doing that stuff. We also have other seasons open in a lot of the areas. So we got guys hunting. Had a couple hunts already get dropped. So that's pretty awesome. Have other ones sent in that we're working on. But this one is just a few of the team members. Everybody's putting in that overtime at work, grinding so they can take time off later in the year. So we're kind of just working through all that. But 3 of us are going to be on this episode, and we're just getting done what we can, whether it's like I'm doing before season prep, touching up food plots, or actually being out in the stands. So follow along. Hopefully you enjoy it, and pretty soon we'll be knocking down some deer for you.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Overtime. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd. I had a couple of meetings this morning, one with the accountant, and then I had a dentist appointment. So it's now 2:30 and pretty late in the day to be starting any work. So I figured I'd slip out in the woods. This will be my first sit. I've had that buck show up yesterday or the day before in the morning, but I just like years past, he's bedded in the same spot as usually all the other bucks where they bed. So we got a good win for that. So I'm gonna sneak in there. I gotta hang my sticks and platform real quick. So first time of the year, so I'm just gonna take my time, try not to bump anything if anything's laying in there, which I'm assuming they will be. Yeah, I just wanted to just to get a look. I want to get a look at this deer. I don't. I'm not 100% sure that I'll kill him, but I'd like to see what he looks like versus just looking at him on the camera. And we'll make a decision then. He's a nice deer, don't get me wrong, but I've never killed a deer in September, that's for sure. I think the earliest I've ever killed one was October 3rd. So he's a good deer for sure. So we'll see. I'm sure he'll get me pretty excited. So if he shows up, we might get to see some blood. But other than that, stick with me and I'll keep you guys updated. I don't know how much of a entry interview I'll do, just because I don't want to make a whole bunch of disturbance in there. I'm just going to try to get in there as quiet as possible, get set up, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned.
Guys, it's been raining all day. I just got Jace from school bus. He's gonna do a little fishing in the pond, and I'm gonna plant some three-way grains. This brassica plot was doing really good. I planted it mid-July, and we got a lot of rain, and then boom, it shut off for like 30, 40 days. So all these turnips are all stressed out. This rain will help, but I'm gonna put some three-way grains inside there, and as well as on the other side, which most of that's clover, but right in the middle where the burn pile was is some turnips and radishes. So we'll go over there, put some up there, put some in the timber plot. Hey guys, we're out here in the turnip plot, or what was. The deer have absolutely been hammering these tops. All these plants back here are all nipped up. See all the stems. There's a lot of deer out here every night, but Jace wants to pick a turnip to go eat, so here's some big ones. Let's get one. There's a big one right here, bud. Which one do you pick? Grab it. Pull it out. Okay.
Hold this one.
Pull it.
Is that good?
It's a good eater. Here's a tip. If you're loading a bag seeder by yourself, take a bucket and pour it into the bucket and then pour it into the bag. So much easier. All right, cameraman Jace, you're up, buddy. Do that. Could have Jace just hold it, but I wanted to show you guys how I do this. Put it right there. Dip it down. If you do it with the big bag, it gets messy and you lose a lot of seed. Voila.
All right, good morning, everybody. It is the 25th of September. I'm at the food plot where I took Charlotte the other day to deer hunt for youth season, and saw a couple deer, nothing crazy. It was so hot, the inside of the blind was completely fogged over. The shooters never showed up, but what I'm doing today is I brought some white pine posts down. I got a new auger, it works freaking awesome. And we're gonna put a pine rub post and a scrape about 20-25 yards off of the blind in the corn. Remember, I was here a couple weeks or a couple days ago, maybe 10 days ago, and put out three-way grains from Domain, and you can look and see that it's popping up through like awesome. We've had 1.5 to 2 inches of rain since then. So we got all the moisture we needed. We just needed to keep growing. So I'm going to find the perfect post and figure out right where I want it, and then put it up. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. All right, we're all done. there's the setup. Took me 5 minutes with that auger. Got the pine post rub in, used a spade bit and drilled through this. Found an oak branch right over there on the edge, put a couple wood screws through it. It's not going anywhere. Made the scrape underneath there, but got the revolver right there in the middle of the plot. Box blind right there. I've actually kind of thought about putting a pop-up blind in the corn. We'll see how it goes. If stuff doesn't quite work out with the box blind, I may have to do that because there's nowhere right in here for a stand. I do have a stand maybe 50 yards that way, but that means nothing to this. And that's the stand I killed that big typical out of a couple years ago during late season. So he came right out of there. It seems like there's actually a couple rubs in this ditch. They like to bed down in there, come up through, hit this. The grains are coming through, the rye and the oats and the wheat are all coming through now. We'll see how long it takes, but I'm gonna head to the very end of the South Fire Trail, put a new pine post rub, and probably add a couple cameras on the way up. Okay, well, we're on the end of the South Fire Trail. Pine post rub is in. I modified some of the pine needles for a scrape. We'll see how it goes. Flash back over there and over my shoulder, and that giant oak tree right there. I got a stand, I got up in there, everything's good to go. It's all tight, straps are good. I just put it in there last year, so we'll see how it goes. This is where Titan was a lot last year. I have yet to get him here this year. The one place I got him was in the middle of the timber, probably 400 yards to my east. But what the deer like to do is, the neighbors is just right there. They come off his ag field 400 or 500 yards away, and they browse and filter their way through and come back in here to bed. Just depends on the day, whether they come all the way in here or if they stop short. Just kind of depends on a lot of different things. So I like to come to this spot the first week or so of October in the morning, if everything presents itself. If not, I don't worry about it. But we'll be back here in the rut if the deer start moving around pretty good, because typically this is a better rut spot than anything. They just cruise around in here looking for does. Or in this part of the farm, this part of the section, the does just bed everywhere. There's so many different little ridges and whatnot that they can be anywhere, so bucks will cruise through just trying to find the random does sitting on hillsides. But we're all done here. Drive back out. I got a couple more cameras I'm going to put out on the way up there. I'm going to hit the pond stand for the first time this year, get cameras on there, and yeah, so let's get to it. Okay, made it to the pond. This is the north side. I had to redo the scrape. The rope was gone, so I cut an oak branch, got the rope hanging, zip tied everything up, flashback in a battery pack, and then up there got the tree stand. It's all good to go. I walked in past it, there were buck beds, huge beds everywhere back in behind there. Crazy trails. There's so many oaks and stuff. As I'm standing here, the oaks are just falling in the pond, falling everywhere. And if you just look, the ground is covered with anywhere from 12 to 20 inch oaks. So there's a ton of mass crop this year. This is right where the deer are at. So I mean, you can see them literally oak tree, oak tree, oak tree, oak tree. So this is a good spot. Got this spot all set up. I'm gonna go right over there to that corner on the south side of the pond and do the exact same thing. Get a good scrape. I got a stand over there that I'm gonna jump up in and check. Get another flashback out, and we'll be done with the timber today. I got one other spot I want to fix out on the field edge. Do another big mock scrape right there. Maybe put in a white pine post rub, but I doubt it. And then the first plot when you pull in the farm, I got to set that up yet too. So I'm gonna get after it because I still have to go to my farm. All right, we're done with the south pond setup. As you can see, the pond is basically down to right there. The dam comes off there. There's a really good trail coming up off of there, but got this rope here. It's still good. Yeah, I put it here 2 years ago. Scrape, camera, tree stand way back in there. I was gonna check the stand, but 2 straps were broken on the steps, so I am not gonna risk getting up in there. So, but we're good for now. We're gonna get out of here. I'll be interested to see what shows up on these 2 cameras here in the next few weeks, and hopefully we can figure out where Titan is, because I've only got 1 set of pictures of him in Velvet, and they were probably 250 yards away from here. So he likes the pond. We'll see if he shows up, but I'm gonna go back on the main field. I got another mock scrape to make. Then we're going to the front plot and got to get that spot set up with a camera. All right, well, we're on my farm now. We're at probably my southwest corner. There's a draw that leads across the road, and a lot of deer funnel through it. And then there's a little finger here that kind of pinches down. You can see actually right here, they're already starting to make some scrapes. That's a fresh break on the licking branch right there. This is a spot where I have had great success with cameras over the last year or two, so I decided to put a permanent one here. It's kind of a dual thing. It pinches them down, and it's the locust tree, a bunch of pods here. But every buck I got on camera last year, at one point or another, I had on this scrape. So I'm not gonna do anything with this, but I am gonna open up the bottom a little bit and get this pounded in, putting a Stealth Cam Spectra 4K camera here. I'll put it on video, and I don't want a flashback right here because it's not that far from the road, so less people know that it's here, the better. All right, just got it all wrapped up. I love this spot. It's super sweet. Camera, battery, all that good stuff. Licking branches, came in here, weed-eated all that up, trimmed up a little bit of grass around there, but they come in off both sides down this finger. There's rubs on all these locust trees and different stuff like that. There's old scrapes over there. But yeah, I think I have 2 cameras left, and I'm gonna put one on a white pine post, and I don't know, I might put the other one out, I might save it, we'll see. Okay, just got this spot completely set up. This is the north side of my east food plot. Corn plot's right there. This is the bonus plot with all the sorghum, and as you can see, I put in a white pine rub. Got a new flashback right there. Tree stand right in that oak. It's not very high, but it's in the right spot. And then a big scrape right here. This is where I've been getting all the bucks on my farm, is right here. They come off of the neighbors, come up through here, right through this pinch, walk the clover in between the bonus plot and this finger, and then right into mine. So that's what they've done the last 3 years that I've hunted this farm. So I'm just fine-tuning everything to get them right here. This is the X. Right here is the X, and it's a 15-yard shot from that stand. So that's the plan. Whether or not it all comes together, I don't know, but we're definitely putting in the work at least. All right, we're all done. I'm back in my hidden clover plot. This stuff looks absolutely amazing. Just lush hidden clover plot. All that, it used to all look like that, thick, nasty, but I came in here over the last 2 years, have transformed it into just a lush carpet that anything but an east wind, I can hunt it. So got my pine post rub in, cleaned up the mock scrape, hung a flashback, and we're done for the day. So season just around the corner. We'll be hunting next week, and probably be doing some doe patrol. I don't really have a buck doing anything that I really want to go after. So yeah, we'll just kind of let the cameras tell us what's around. I put out, I think, 6 more cameras today. So we'll hopefully be getting a little bit better idea of what's running around. So thanks for watching.